Contract. Contract. That means, what is the view of John Locke, especially on the contract? Or you can say that why it is needed. Now, first of all, contract is required when there is stateless society. So the stateless society is of peace and mutual assistance. Understand this statement. John Locke is saying that why it is needed. It is needed especially in the stateless society, and the stateless society in order to bring peace and mutual assistance. Understand, the important point is stateless society. It is not talking about state society. Why? Because if there is already a state, then the state will take care of everything. As there is no state here, stateless society, that is the reason we need a contract. Okay, now, as I told you that in the stateless society, there is no law, there is no authority. Okay, so what would happen if there is no law, no authority? Then there will be confusion. Confusion in everything, that which one is correct and which one is wrong. Now, what will be the outcome of this confusion? In this confusion, that every man will make law and will be also judged. Understand this point? What I'm trying to say, that in a stateless society, there is no law, no authority, then there will be confusion. And as the outcome of the confusion, every man, they will make law and they will be also judged. So finally, in that particular state, there is no guarantee that the peace will prevail. Okay? Because in a stateless society, the man does not have any fear, as there is no authority. So interestingly, you can say that yes, man can give justice or do justice only on the basis of what? Only on the basis of reason. But there is no guarantee that reason will always prevail. Always prevail. So there may be like situations where reason will fail. Reason will fail and passion will dominate. Will dominate. Then what would happen in that case? In this case, all the wrongdoings will happen. Hence, it is always better if there is an authority to guarantee that any person will not do any kind of mistakes, or if the person does, then there are suitable punishments. So this is the reason why a contract is necessary. Are you clear now why it is a requirement of a contract? So very simple, just follow the flow of the thinking procedure, you will be able to answer. Now, let us understand. See, out of this contract theory, John Locke is also saying about different types of contract. So he is saying that first contract. Okay, in the first contract, he is trying to say that all members of the society enter into the contract with each other. And there are many different people. So he is trying to explain that all members of the society, they should be connected and they should have the contract with each other. Okay, with each other. So that is how John Locke is saying about the first contract. Okay, you can see that how complex it will be. So he is saying every member. Now, what would happen in this every member if they come under contract? It will become civil society. I hope you know about what is civil society. What is a civil society? Yes.
So where everyone is equal,
Now, what is a civil society?
where civilians are alive.
No, everybody is civilian. The civil societies are like NGOs. Have you heard about it? There are many different civil
Yes,
societies.
sir.
There are NGOs. Okay, there are society. Like we have a society act. Okay, we have a society act through which you can set up an NGO. So, what is the objective of that NGO? The objective of the NGO is that there are members. Okay, they are interconnected with each other and they come with a specific purpose. Let's say NGO for hunger, NGO for, let's say, preventing you know of any of the disease, or NGO to provide education to the children of the remotest people. So those are the civil society. That means they are also not for profit, not for profit. Are you getting my point? So this is also the first contract. What John Locke is trying to explain, that in the first contract, every member must be having an agreement with each other. And what will be the outcome of the first contract? This is the result. Okay, so the outcome will be civil society. Understand? There is already a state. Okay, now there is another person. You know that in many times what happens, the civil society also do strike, hartals, to put pressure on the state. And in Indian polity also, you have learned one particular thing that is called as pressure groups. Okay, so pressure groups, you can say that there are different types of pressure groups. One type of pressure groups is civil society, where they are NGOs and they are legally registered. But another type of pressure groups sometimes might be like, for example, informal pressure groups. So they are not legally registered, but they can also put pressure. Civil society is also a kind of a pressure group. Okay. Now, in the second contract, he says that people have transferred. Are you there, all of you? Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
People have transferred free rights to the government, to the government. Understand? This is important because on John Locke you may expect some questions. Out of all the thinkers, John Locke is one of the area where questions do come. So, second contract, people have transferred the three rights to the government. Number one right, right to make law. Remember what is the Locke's front of view? Locke is also saying that state is coming out of contract. Second is right to execute. Third thing, right to adjudicate. Do you see some similarities of what we have understood earlier? Can you see some similarities? But all these three, see, what is the second contract? Second contract says that people have given these rights to the government. That means Locke is considering people are first, then the government is second. See, right to make a law. What is the outcome of formation? What is the result? Formation of legislature. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no? Right to make a law, that means what is the outcome? What is the result? It will be formation of legislature. Right to executive means formation of
Executive.
executive. And right to adjudicate law means judiciary. Yes or no? Can
Judiciary.
you
Yes, sir.
can you remember in the beginning of our political science classes, I have talked about like administration of the government. The government has three wings: legislature, judiciary,
Yes, sir.
and executive.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
now
Executive.
are you getting how these are correlated? So in Indian
Yes, sir.
polity, you are learning the practical things. But here in political science, Locke's theory of contract, you are learning the theoretical. Are you able to now correlate the things? Yes? Very
Yes,
nice.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how you should also try to correlate. This is how you should also try to know that how things have emerged. Who have given these theories of legislature, executive, from where these concepts are coming? Somebody might have provided those concepts. Now today we are learning that it is given by John Locke.
John Locke.
Okay.